Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Panasonic G7, as you know, I just picked one up. If you haven't seen that, look at the past videos there. I've done a few on the G7 now, including the initial impressions. I'm loving the camera. As I've said, it's basically a smaller GH4. Does everything the GH4 does for me that I need in a body of half the price or less. So fantastic. But why did I buy the 14-140 kit over the 14-85? 14-85 is a decent little lens. Yes, it's a kit lens, but it performs very well. It's a sharp, nice little lens. I have no problem with that lens at all. But the reason I spent a little more money in kit versions, it was $797, so $800 for the G7 with the 14-45 from Panasonic, and I upgraded, or I bought the more expensive kit. I think it was $1097, $1,100 for the G7 with the 14-140. And the reason I did is that gives you a 28 to 280. It's a 10 times zoom. And contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think these longer zooms, a 10 times zoom, is not great quality. Well, I'm shooting this video with it right now in 4K, and I think you'll agree it looks pretty good. And the image quality from photos has been really good. I read a lot of the reviews, people using it. It's a very impressive lens. And it's kind of changed my thinking. And I think there's been a lot of crappy, long range, do everything zooms out there. The Panasonic 14-140mm is not one of them. It performs very, very well. It's an excellent optic, but gives you that complete range. What a great walk around lens. Really, the only penalty you're paying with this lens in practical terms, in practical usage, is the fact that it's not fast. It's a f3.5 to 5.6 variable aperture lens, which I can live with. I bought the Panasonic 42.5mm f1.7 prime. Fantastic lens, image stabilized. And that's my portrait lens, that's my fast lens. And I might add a wide to that too, but essentially, these two lenses, for my purposes, I can do just about everything I need to do for almost anything with those two lenses. Maybe an ultra wide I might like. But the 14-140 covers me for long, covers me for fairly wide, gives me a great walk around lens, a great all-purpose lens, sharp, decent lens. And then I've got my fast zoom to go with it. And I'm pretty much covered for everything the way I like to shoot. Granted, if I was doing more scenic, more landscapes, maybe architecture, I'd want a wide. I'd probably get Panasonic's wide, which I forget what that is, 7-14 maybe, or whatever it is. But that's why I bought the 14-140, because for the extra $300, I covered all my bases. I got my long lens, and it's all there. I don't have to switch lenses. I can be out for the day, and I got a 28 to 280 equivalent, 10 times zoom. So for the price, I think it's very hard to beat that value in this lens. I wouldn't recommend it in every lens out there that tries to do that range. But this Panasonic 14-140mm is a very good performing lens. I'm very happy with it, been very pleased with it, and I think for the extra $300, like what I got it for in the kit, that's a great value. $300 more over the other kit lens, the 14-85. Here in Canada, I think it's $900 for me to buy that lens on its own. So for me to get it for an extra $300, that's a great value. I almost could have just bought it that way and then sold it and made some money as a new lens. But I won't, because I love the lens. Anyways, that's why I bought it. You guys have any questions? Leave them below. If you have any comments, whatever, leave them below. We could discuss the 14-140, discuss anything you want over on the G7 or Panasonic or the Micro Four Thirds. And thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon. Thanks.